We'll be learning about activities by creating your own app in this video. So you will be creating this counter app and clicking on this add button. The counter will be incremented. Skiites is a unified place to learn, develop efficient, scalable apps with enthusiastic ideas. Let the Android Studio open. Once the Android Studio is opened, you will get this screen. It might be different if you are on different version of Android Studio. I'm on the latest version 4.2.1 currently. So how you create a project, just click on the create new project. You will get this screen. For now we will be just selecting an empty activity. Next, then name of your application. Then we'll be creating a project in Kotlin. So minimum API level will be 21 and let's click finish. Now Android Studio will generate all the required files for this Android project. Let the project sync with Gradle. Okay, now that Android Studio has done building the project, this is what Android Studio generates. A class extending a app compact activity that extends activity, that is a crucial component of the Android operating system. Then onCreate is method of an activity which is called when activity is created. Then the set content view inflates the view which we provide the reference to the view, and the activities window displays the UI and the user interacts with it. We'll see the another generated file by the Android Studio, that is Android manifest.xml. In this manifest.xml, all your application components will be registered over here. Also permissions are registered over here. This is the activity which we are gonna use, so it's registered over here, the main activity, and the intent filter, how the activity will be launched and what category does it have. So we'll be explaining about this furthermore. So let's just create a simple counter app. We'll just get an overview of the Android app structure. Manifest file is stored over here. Java, all the programming you do, all the files stored over here. Then the rest folder has all your resources. So we need the layout. The drawables are stored over here, means the images and all are stored over here. Bitmap is nothing but which scales through devices, that images are stored over here. Then the values folder, simply the XML values are stored over here. Then we'll click on the activity underscore main. Just delete this and replace the constraint layout with the linear layout. I'll be explaining more about view groups and this all linear layout, constraint layout, relative layouts, all the layouts in later video. So for now just click on the design and just drag and drop the text view over here. You can add views by dragging and dropping over here. So just add this, then a button to add. Then we'll change this orientation, which is currently by default horizontal. So just search for attributes over here, orientation vertical. Why this is happening is due to the layout weight. I'll be explaining in the views tutorial. So just for now just delete this layout weight. Now what we want our views to be at center and some space around them. So for that the view group has an attribute to layout is children in center, that's nothing but gravity, and for that gravity we'll set it to center. You have different options, center, horizontal and different much more. We'll be exploring all this in this views tutorial and how they actually work by creating our own. So for now just click on center. Then for this space we want around the views, we need to set padding to, let's say, 12 dp, margin to 12 dp. Okay, it's looking fine. Now similarly we want padding and margin for this one too, the button too. No, we don't want padding, just we want the margin, the space around the view, not the space in the view. I will explain difference between them by building a custom view, and you will know what's the difference between them, the padding and the margin. So just now let's set the text size to be 24 sp. Okay, the units which I am specifying, the dp is nothing but depth pixels, that is respective to the device size, and sp is the text size, that is respective to the mobile size. So okay, let's set the default text to be 0 and button to be add. Okay, we are done with it. Then result, this id is nothing but how the Android differentiates between the views, and you can select a particular view in a view hierarchy. View hierarchy is nothing but this one view containing the another view, and this is in turn a view group. So this is the result, and this is the add button. Okay, then now we will come to the main activity, and for that, for selecting a view, how we set the id. So by that id we can select a particular view. So for now we want two views, so just we'll select the text view, that's the result. You can name the variables as you want, that's fine, but it is a good practice that you give the variable names a fallacious name. So find view by id is the function that selects a view by its id. So find view by id, and you provide in the id of that view. So we set the id of the text view to be result. So result, okay, this function will return me the reference of this text view, so I can edit all the attributes and everything about this view. At the end of the day, this is also a view class. So we'll set then again we'll be selecting the add button, again same thing. Okay, we'll import the button, then r.id.add button. Okay, then what we want to do now is when we click on this button, we want to change this text view text. So how we can do is, it is very simple. So Android provides listeners for that. Anything updates or something changes in your system or any events occurs, the Android's event model handles it by listeners. So we can append and click listener, on click listener to the button. So that is very simple. Add dot set on click listener. Okay, this on click listener gives you the view from which the event was occurred. This will be view. If you check, the view will be this button, and this button is nothing but the reference of this button. So set on click listener, we just want to increment the counter of the text view. So what we'll do is, okay, we'll maintain a counter over here, that's count, and initially it will be 0. Now whenever the user clicks on the button, this on click listener lambda will be called. So we'll just increment the count and set it to the result text. So how we set is, the result has an set text method in which Kotlin you can directly access by the text attribute. So and just equal it to the your value. We convert it to string, and this will be set to the result text, and hence the result will be updated. So we have done building a counter app. So let's run it. If we want to run it through an emulator, just click on this, just click on any of the emulator and just click the run button, or else you can connect your real device to this Android Studio and will run your app on that device. So I will show how you do that just quickly. I will show you how you can connect a real device. So just go to settings, then additional settings, then developer options. Enable the developer options and enable the USB debugging so you can connect your device to the Android Studio. Okay, till it boots, I will just explain this find view by ID. Actually, the Android views are a tree-like structure, and find view by ID searches that ID through that tree. So by taking the default route of the Android activity, go up the tree and return its reference to this result text view. So this is how Android finds view. Okay, Gradle build is finished. Now Android Studio will install the app in this device. Let's see it. Yes, you have built your first Android app, and clicking on this add button, the counter will be incremented. Okay, let me explain very briefly. This onCreate is method called by Android OS when your activity is created, and the set content view sets this or inflates this view into the activity window. This is the activity window provided by the activity. So here is the all view inflated, and this is the default toolbar given by the activity. You can customize it. We will have further tutorials to customize it too. And this is the result. So this result is referenced over here, and this add button is referenced over here. And when this set on click listener is called whenever you click this button, and the counter is incremented, and result.text means this text is set to the count whenever the user clicks on the add button. So this is it. To know more about activity lifecycle, its backstack, and all the things I'll be explaining in this series, so please subscribe to the channel